Hey guys, good morning from you-know-where. Warm, hot, sunny, breezy, southern Nevada. Hey, today we're going to review two excellent revolvers. We're going to shoot them side by side and just take a look at them. But I have a Ruger LCR, and I also have a Smith & Wesson model 642. These are both double action only, chambered in 38 special plus P. So we're going to take a look at both of them up close. We'll take a look at the ammo, and we'll take a look at a couple of holsters. So you know what, let's get started. All right, so we have the Ruger LCR, otherwise known as the light compact revolver, chambered in 38 special plus P. And we have the Smith & Wesson model 642, also chambered in 38 special plus P. And this is the airweight version. So let's go ahead and look at the Ruger first. I do want to mention both of these have a barrel length of just under 2 inches. Now on the Ruger here, it has a rubber Hogue grip. This is called the Tamer grip, and you can change these out pretty easy. The frame on this is aluminum. This back frame here is actually a polymer, and Ruger calls this the polymer fire control group. And the cylinder is stainless steel along with the barrel insert. And as you can see, there's a lot of fluting on this cylinder, and that's to reduce weight. And 5-shot. Double action only, and it has a very smooth trigger pull on it. And let's see, the weight on this is 13.5 ounces. Now the weight on this one is 14.6 ounces, so the Ruger is about an ounce lighter. The Ruger is available in California and Massachusetts. You can also get these chambered in 9mm 22 long rifle, 327 Magnum, and you can also get this in 357 Magnum. So you know what, let's take a look at the Smith. Again, 5-shot, and again, of course, double action only. Very smooth, very light trigger pull. Let's take a look here at it. I've had this one here about 6 years. I just bought the Ruger. I have not shot it yet. The cylinder and the barrel are made out of stainless steel, and the frame on this one is aluminum. And it does have a little lock here, which I don't use. The sights on both of these revolvers are actually pretty crude, but they are usable. Of course, non-adjustable. And the front sight on the Ruger is replaceable. It is not on the Smith & Wesson. So let's talk about the grip. Now when I bought this, it came with this grip right here. And I can tell you, that grip was just too small for my big hands. So I replaced it with this Hogue grip. Let's see. So this is a grip for the J-frame round butt, and this is a J-frame, and the model number on this is 60,000. So I really do like these grips much better than these original grips. And you can see there's quite a difference there in size. Now I do have a video on YouTube showing how to install this Hogue stock. Now, if you've never done it before, it is a little tricky. It's a little different than just a conventional stock, but very easy to put on once you know how to do it. So you know what? Let's go ahead and take a look at my holsters. I don't have a holster for the Ruger yet. I haven't had this very long, so I haven't had a chance to get a holster. But for the Smith & Wesson, I have 2 Phobos holsters. And this one here says 357 2.5 inch. Now this one here is non-adjustable, and Smith & Wesson fits in it nice and tight. In fact, it's probably a little too tight. So I really don't like this one a whole lot. Now this other Phobos holster, this is the 357 ND. This one is adjustable and much, much better. Nice and snug, but it's not too tight. Okay, I know you're going to ask, hey, will this fit in the holsters for the Smith & Wesson? And the answer is no. It's just not going to fit. And a lot of that has to do with the shape of the trigger guard. So, there you have it. The ammo I'm going to shoot today, Ammo Incorporated, 38 Special, 125 grain TMC. I believe that is total metal case. And let's see here. This is what we have. Nothing fancy. And let's see the specs on this. 947 feet per second. Hey guys, some of you might remember a few weeks ago we came out here, almost stepped on a rattlesnake just outside of this truck. So we come out this morning, walk over there, and guess what? That snake is sitting out again. Well, that snake ended up going underneath the truck, so today we're just going to stay away from the truck, and we're going to be shooting way over here. Hey, pretty nice revolvers, huh? So, I have not shot this Ruger yet, so I'm going to start off with 5 rounds through this, and then I'm going to holster and fire 5 rounds through the Smith & Wesson at about 7 yards. Okay, so between the two, for me the Smith & Wesson felt much better, and that's probably because of the grip that I put on it. I do want to mention that I did a review on the Ruger LCR about 10 years ago. I borrowed one from a friend, and you know, I put quite a few rounds through it that day, and I ended up getting a blister right here that was actually bleeding just from the friction from the recoil of the grip. But for me, at least, the Smith & Wesson seems to shoot a little bit easier. Son, you're up. Hey, I want to mention real quick before my son starts shooting, he has never shot the Ruger, and as far as the Smith & Wesson, he hasn't shot this in about 6 years. So he's going to step up to the plate, shoot both of them, and then we'll get his opinion.
All right, let's try this Ruger.
Hey, I've got a still plate set up at 15 yards, and we're going to have a little competition here. He's going to fire 5 rounds, I'm going to fire 5 rounds, and see who can hit it the most. And you get to pick whichever revolver you want to shoot.
Let's do it.
Sound good?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so my son chose the Smith & Wesson, so I'm going to shoot, obviously, the Ruger. I'm going to fire 5 rounds, step out of the frame. He's going to step in, and fire 5 rounds, and we'll see what happens. But just so you know, just between me and you guys, if he outshoots me today, he's walking home again. All right, 5 rounds, Ruger. Whew. Both of those were pretty high. All right, so I hit it 3 times. Those first 2 rounds were about this high, so I aimed at that low underneath the plate. So, all right, son, you're up.
All right. Ooh.
Did you have a misfire?
No,
or was that 5 rounds?
Yeah, that was 5.
Okay.
But I guess I'm walking home, huh?
I hit it, I think, 4 out of 5. Good shooting. All right, you know what? Just for the heck of it, I'm going to fire 5 rounds through the Smith & Wesson. Oh yeah, I was aiming dead on, and with that Ruger, of course, I had to aim quite low. Hey, my son just challenged me to a one-handed shooting challenge, so I'm going to fire 3 rounds one-handed with the Smith. Then I'm going to reload it, and he's going to step in and fire 3 rounds, and we'll see what happens. Smith & Wesson. That first one was a nick, but it was a hit. Gonna be tough for you, son. All right. 3 rounds.
All right.
All right, we're gonna have to move back a few yards.
Looks like it.
All right, let's see what happens. 3 rounds. Now, son, just so you know, I was aiming right at the base of the plate, okay? So aim wherever you want, but that's where I aimed. All right.
Not again.
All right. All right. Enough of that, huh?
We're even. All right, let me try this Ruger at the steel plate. Yeah, you're right. It is shooting a little high.
So what'd you think?
Shooting a little high. Definitely got a little more recoil than the Smith & Wesson.
Okay, guys, final thoughts on these 2 revolvers. Smith & Wesson. You know, what I don't like about the Smith & Wesson out here, at least in the bright sunlight, is the sights on it. Very hard for me to see them. Indoors, not bad, but outdoors, they kind of get washed out. Double action pull, nice and smooth. Really, really like the double action on this. And really like the aftermarket grip, whole grip. It just makes it so much easier to shoot. So, really do like this. I do want to mention, though, and I don't want to talk about price because, you know, YouTube might put restrictions on my video. They've changed the rules and everything. I don't even know what I can say anymore, but I will say the Ruger costs quite a bit more than the Smith & Wesson. So with that said, so let me take a look at the Ruger. Now, I do like the sights on the Ruger, and again, very nice double action trigger pull. Don't really care for the grips on it, but the good news is you can switch these out pretty easy. So between the two, I would have to pick the Smith & Wesson. Son, what's your opinion?
Well, I'd take the Smith & Wesson too for a couple of reasons. One, when I bring it up, the sights just seem to align much more naturally for me.
Yeah.
Also noticed quite a bit less recoil.
Okay.
And when I was shooting the steel plates, I was aiming dead on, whereas with the Ruger, I had to aim quite a bit low.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that Ruger for both of us was shooting quite a bit high at 12, 15 yards. This one was more dead on, so that's another plus for the Smith & Wesson. Although it all depends on the ammo that you're shooting and the way you hold the revolver. But so, which one would you choose?
Smith & Wesson.
Yeah. So you know what? In this shootout, I think we both agree. Smith & Wesson 642. All right, let's pack up and go home.
Let's do
Watch
it.
for snakes.